to my channel. My name is Lana. I'm so happy you're back. I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to do a fun little chit chat video about recent celebrity news, a little bit of a family feud going on with the Beckham family. So if someone's if someone doesn't know, this is between David Beckham and Victoria Beckham and their son Brooklyn Beckham and his wife Nicola Peltz. I think they go by Peltz Beckham now because Brooklyn and Nicola, they got married and they kind of combined their last names, and they both I think they both go by like that combined last name. So yeah, actually, funny story, I've actually met both of them on separate occasions when they weren't together. They were different people, and I'm like, did I make this happen? I literally made them, I literally, I made this happen because I met them both. Just kidding. Just kidding. Anyways, okay, let me just give a quick story. So Brooklyn Beckham, I actually had to pay to meet him because it was during his book signing for his photography book. It's about $25. Not gonna lie, I didn't realize it was a photography book. I thought it was an actual book you can read, but I appreciate it nonetheless. I think photography is such a great skill, and as someone that loves to take photos, and everyone's always like, girl, you gotta get on that business. Do photography on the side. It's such a good thing, especially it's a lot, you always need it, for weddings, for baby showers, just for so many life events. Anyways, so yeah, that was that, and I met him, and David Beckham was there as well, so I got to meet him too, but we didn't get to hug or anything or take a picture. And there was this one assistant lady, she was girl, she was on everyone. She's like, don't you dare even take a picture of David Beckham. She was making sure she was always standing right in front of him so we couldn't take a picture of him, but I quickly snapped one little one. Girl, this is my moment. I came here, I pay money, don't take that away. And low-key, he was so cute. David Beckham, just as good looking as online as in person. Brooklyn is cute too, but there's something about an older gentleman, I guess. So yeah, but it was such a good moment. But it's always I wish I could just meet them for free, but nonetheless, it was a fun moment. And then Nicola, I did meet for free. She was with her then boyfriend, I don't remember his name, but he's a singer. And it's funny, I don't know who I recognized first because I didn't know him too, but something in me, I'm I think this is the girl, because I watched her on Bates Motel, which I actually really enjoyed her character. I know a lot of people didn't like her character, but I kind of liked it. I mean, she played the role that she was given, I think, quite well. She was a popular girl who was interested in, okay, I'm not gonna get that, but interested in the weird kid, for the time it was a good movie. It was a good show, and I just Freddie Highmore Bay from back in the day. So yeah, it was a good show, I'm not gonna lie. And the mom also, they had a really good, they all just played really well off each other as characters. So yeah, I met her. So initially I saw her outside. I was with some friends. I saw her outside, and it didn't click at first that it was her, and I was too nervous to ask this random girl, are you someone that I think you may be? And then luckily she was going to a store really nearby, so we just quickly followed to the store, and I'm like, girl, you better ask or you're gonna regret it, So I asked her, she's like, yes, and then she was really nice. We took a picture together. It was a fun experience. I think this was one of the first times I've ever seen a celebrity just out and about. It was really cool. So yeah, that's a quick little side note. Yeah, I mean, I know she has a bad rep now. A lot of people say that most of the drama is actually like because of her, and she's actually kind of steering him away from his family and from his friends. I mean, they are both like nepo babies, so I'm sure they have like really strong personalities and, entitled to things, which, I mean, it comes with its territory. You grew up rich, that's all you know. Not to say that they're like, bad people, but just how they grew up. That's their reality. And but a lot of people are saying that Victoria may be actually in the wrong as well. Mother-in-law behavior. It's like no one can be too good for my son. Like blah blah blah. Like, girl, is your son really that much? Like, is he really that it? Like, I don't think so. I don't think so. But and it just like goes to show, like, that like the People magazine celebrities, they're just like us. They have family drama too, like with all the money in the world, all the opportunities, everything on, like, literally everything is handed to you. You could still have, you know, drama, you could still not get along. And it goes to show, like, some things are just, we all go through in this life. On a grand scale, on a small scale, like, drama is drama. And when you have personalities, like, and you're all different, and you all want different things in life, it could cause conflict. And it's just like interesting to see, because a lot of people are kind of, I think more people are supporting the parents, David and Victoria, because they've heard bad, like, information about Nicola, and they're like, she's probably in the wrong, and she's kind of being like that crazy wife, how they do, like, the same way crazy ex-girlfriend type of nonsense. Which, I mean, obviously we're not in the room with them, we don't know what's going on a daily basis. It could possibly be true, and I shouldn't go off my little 5-minute encounter with her. And also, people change, and as we get older, I feel like as we get older and we get more comfortable with someone, our true personalities do kind of come out. And maybe that was, in a marriage, she's more like, dominating. Maybe like she kind of like, you better listen to me, or we get divorced, and I think as a guy, and he kind of has been handed everything in life, he probably, for the most part, probably always listened to his parents, and this is kind of his way of rebelling. I think that also might be the case. But also, when you do grow up with such famous parents, and they were probably always on the road, when they first, I think, got together, Victoria was still in the Spice Girls band, and David was still very much in the sports world. So I'm sure they were always busy, and the nannies were always kind of taking care of them. So there was probably, a lot of nannies kind of taking care of the kids, especially being the first child. I'm sure he saw how, and maybe things have changed kind of as the other children came into the world, and maybe he saw that he wasn't being treated the best. And unfortunately, over time, resentment, even from childhood, it does take over, especially if you don't, like, talk about it, and if you don't, and like, if there actually are true problems in the family, like, if you don't talk about it, if you don't, kind of get a third party involved, where you can kind of talk about it, hash it out, kind of get it all in the open. Because I'm sure, coming from such a wealthy family, they're like, what more can we give you? Like, you literally have everything. Like, how can you be complaining? How can you be unhappy in your life? It can happen. It can happen. Money does buy happiness. It does. I mean, it does. But at the end of the day, like, if a child is wounded by something, like, it does go into adulthood very much. And they always say, like, guys kind of go for their moms in a way, their personalities for moms. Like, I don't know if that's true. Like, listen, I don't know. But a lot of people are like, oh, like, she's probably similar to Victoria, and that's why he gravitated towards her, and now he can't handle it, because it's like too, like, when it's like you're too similar, you kind of always butt heads along the way. And that's probably also the case with the two ladies. And just the whole thing with Victoria being inappropriate during their wedding dance. I mean, there's no proof, no one can really tell. I hope she wasn't, because like, girl, like, your son is getting married, like, this is your oldest child, like, your baby's getting married, like, be happy for them. I understand if there are some doubts about this being the good person for him, a good fit. I mean, I get it. But let him go through his decisions. Let him see this through. Maybe they're gonna have a great life together, you know? I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't think he's losing that much, you know what I mean? Like, as long as there's like prenups and stuff, I mean, they both rich. They both got money, honey. So yeah. I think he'll be good. I think he'll be good. But you know, I get it. I think parents, especially, you know, good parents, loving, caring, like, you always worry about your children no matter how old they are, and it's like, I want to protect him, I want to save him from this marriage. But listen, like, you gotta let your adult kids be adults, truly. That is the only way that they will learn and become the person that they are meant to be, you know? So yeah, I mean, as long as he's happy, I mean, like, I don't know. It was just like interesting dynamic, and also like, just like my little backstories with them. I was like, oh, like, I feel like I want to talk about this. And just, I think it's so common for parents and daughter-in-laws, especially daughter-in-laws, not to get along. Like, I feel like son-in-laws always get the easier, like, unless like they're really bad guys. Like, if you're a decent guy, like, you're not gonna hear much from your mother-in-law. Like, the daughter-in-law is always stuck with the blah blah blah, the bickering and the kind of pushing and pulling. Listen, it'd be like that. We gotta go through it all. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it goes. It just kind of like, when it really gets to the point where you're truly disconnecting, and they want him to stop using their last name for like his financial benefits. I'm like, girl, like, really? But I get it. I mean, they built that name. They're like, why are you gonna take advantage of our name if you're gonna talk shit about us? I get it, I guess. But yeah, it's just like interesting. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's funny because sometimes like you don't expect it, because you're like, oh, you know, they're such a loving family. They're always like, they've always just, you know, always been together. Oh, there's such beautiful photo shoots, and they always talk really great about their children, and their children have talked really well about them. And it's just interesting how things change when, you know, there's additional people added to the family. And you know, drama is real. I don't know how her family is. I mean, I know they're really rich too. So I don't know if they like him, but you know, we'll see. Definitely let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like if you liked, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.